All right, hello to my online APUSH family. I've seen a lot of people experimenting with the Civil War simulation. This is something I found online many years ago, and I've been doing for 4 years in Wisconsin. And it is the most exciting week of APUSH by far. It's what kids remember, kids in the hall. I wish I could do that. I wish we were doing that again. So I'm just going to kind of go through how I do this and some of the kind of cool things that I've found. So the premise of it is that students are broken up into two sides, Confederacy and Union. Now, it works well if you have numerous teachers that teach APUSH or if you have several sections. Now, I have several sections, so I break my sections up into a north and a south. Okay. Now, the goal of the game is to win battles against the opposing side. So each kid will be given a note card, a different color note card. Okay. Now, the note cards for me correspond to different parts of the book that they're assigned to read. Now, what I do for them is that I break it down by section. Now, I'm using Eric Foner, Give Me Liberty. So your textbook, whatever works for you. Okay. So what I give them, let me just show you, is I went through a few years ago and divvied up the book into different sections. Okay, so all of their questions are all objective, non-debatable questions. Okay, the reason I do this is the first year I did it, I just told the students, ask any question from the book. And the questions were too minute, debatable. Some kids got different answers. I ended up solving more problems, putting out fires, kids fighting over who got the question right. So this way, they're objective, they're on a specific page. So what I did a few years ago is I broke it up. I made a Google Doc. I shared it with my kids, and I told each kid, you're responsible to make 10 objective questions from these 3 pages. So I have a list of 264, 63 questions. And at the beginning of the Civil War, I share, and you can see I have a north one, and I also have a south one. I share this file with the students, and they collaborate to get the answers. Okay, so you can see that each card corresponds to a different part of the textbook. Okay, I highly recommend having pre-selected questions because otherwise it's going to get too crazy. Okay, so for mine, you can see the points are separated by the different chapters. I make a leaderboard that the kids are assigned different ranks, and this leaderboard is on display in my classroom. So I have all of the students, they use an app to give themselves mustaches. And then they can keep track of who has won what points and how's it going. They can kind of get their battle plans figured out. So this is on one side of my room in my classroom. Okay. Now, each kid, a couple years ago, I made these personalized wristbands. APUSH Civil War, APUSH Civil War. Okay, each kid gets one of these, whether they're on the north or the south. This represents their life. Okay, I also found online for about $6, $7 Confederate and Union general hats. I have some infantry hats. I think I got all these on Amazon. Okay, so the kids have a great time getting into it. Okay, so how it works is that during these battle times, and these are all during passing times, students can engage in battle with the opposing side. Now, how this looks on here, now again, everything has to be on the approved list. I break my school up into territories, okay? So, for example, on that first day, the first floor is Union territory, so only students on the Union side can engage the challenge, okay? And what that looks like, it gets pretty intense. Let me show you a little picture of a battle. Um, this student here was getting APUSH jumped, as we call it. They made a blockade in front of my classroom and jumped her when she came into the classroom. Okay, now how this works is the students, and this are all in here, okay, if it's your territory, you can challenge another student. If they get it wrong, you take their card, okay? If they get it right, then they have a chance to challenge you back, okay? The only way you lose a card is if you get a question wrong, okay? This way it really encourages students to take risks. They're running all over the school. They're getting their battle plans. They're looking up kids' schedules. The only time they are safe is if they can get into a classroom, all right? So they figure out all their strategies, okay? And a lot of this is on here, all right? The territories, the ranks, the generals, okay? Now, a couple of things that I did, because again, every year I've done this, I've improved on it and kind of fixed glitches. If you're keeping track with clothespins, I saw some people with clothespins or the cards, it is a lot to keep track of, and you're going to get hundreds of cards and clothespins. So what I did this year is I made up a battle log, okay? And I shared this battle log with the students, okay? And every time they got a card, they filled out the battle log for me, okay? Because you can see they end up with about 2,000 points. And this way, I didn't have to keep track of the math. I didn't have to keep track of, who got what card and when they got it, okay? It all adds it up for me in Excel, okay? So I highly recommend doing this to make your life easier, okay? Now, and I gave them a QR code for the battle log, so they have to fill in the battle log, and then they give me the card that they've taken, okay? Now, the winning team gets bragging rights, which for these hyper-competitive AP kids is a lot. But then they also get a partner test. We ended the week with going to play laser tag. Okay, there's me down there, which that was extremely fun. So we took the kids on a bus to do an APUSH Civil War laser tag. And then on the Monday after it was done, this was something new. I actually sent passes for the generals on the losing side to come to my class and read this unconditional surrender letter. They had to sign it in front of the opposing side. I got a little picture here I can show you. They had to sign it, and having the smartest kids in the other class kind of swallow their pride. I think this was on Snapchat about all day. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it, and some of there's my my board, and you can see they're crossing out names when people lose stuff. When people die, they put RIP next to it. So that's kind of my version. Again, I found this a long time ago, but I feel I've modified it enough to and kind of put it out there that it's kind of become my own. If you have any questions about it, just send me a message. It's a great learning experience. The kids really come together as a team, as a class, the bonding, the fun. Other teachers are excited about it. It really kind of takes over our school, and our school's big. I mean, we got 2,000 students for a week. So there it is, the APUSH Civil War. I'm excited to see so many teachers around the country doing this and making it their own, and really getting their kids excited. So again, if you got any questions, send me an email, send me a message, and I'd love to discuss more. All right, thanks guys.